My parents have always let us do crazy things. Like, whatever I wanted to try or wanted to do, they were like, sure, go ahead. They've never said like no. They say like, why don't you go try it out and then let us know what you think about it. I wanted to, like, when I was older, I wanted to fight. And then she was like, okay, go ahead. Because my dad used to be a boxer.
All right.
So, and he was in the army. So my dad was like, yeah, definitely go. So it's like, I find like my childhood is like very diverse in a sense because I get to try so many things, and my parents never say no to me. They just say, go ahead. So I signed up with Monarchy when I was 17. Parents wanted to do it because of self-defense.
Sorry, what's Monarchy?
Monarchy MMA gym. It's the
gym?
My gym. And my parents actually signed us up because of the self-defense class. So the whole family actually went. Before this, I was doing Aikido. And then,
when you say a whole family, what is this?
My mom, my dad, my brother, and I.
In one gym?
Yes. So 4 of us went to do self-defense. The Krav Maga class there. That's why we signed up as a family. But they had like other martial arts. So like my brother and my dad picked up boxing. My mom and I picked up Muay Thai. And then we did strength and conditioning together as well besides self-defense. And it just kind of progressed from there. My mom and dad got a bit busy with work. And also like my mom started having injuries. So they stopped. My brother and I continued. My brother started picking up Muay Thai, and then I just stuck with my Muay Thai and my strength and conditioning. I was preparing for my first Muay Thai fight. Didn't pan through, sadly, because the girl pulled out 2 weeks before.
Oh.
Always happens to me.
Oh.
And so I kept training, and then my brother, because of his friends, he mingles around. I'm not very sociable. So he mingles around with his friends, and they call like, hey Nick, come and try jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
So he goes and does, no gi means jiu-jitsu without the gi, the uniform. So he does it, and then he's like, Colleen, you have to try this. It's so much fun. Come with me. Come to class and all that. So I started doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu because of my brother, and we started doing it together. We did Muay Thai together. We did Brazilian jiu-jitsu together. And then I wanted to improve on my Muay Thai because I wanted to fight. Wow, I wanted to learn more. I started going to my coach Maddie's class, going to his wrestling. Like now I competed in wrestling, I've competed in jiu-jitsu, I've competed in Muay Thai, MMA. It's just from there, his question of just, hey, do you want to go for this class? And I just fell in love with it after that.
Yeah, okay. So if someone new were to get to know you, I have a feeling that person is going to have a hard time catching up with you. You're talking about boxing, Muay Thai, your mom and dad into it. And then after that met with an MMA champion from Malaysia, and then he asked if you want to do MMA, and then you did it. You guys are practically just running around. You know what I mean? And you are also an avid Spartan racer, that obstacle race thing.
Yes.
When do you even rest?
No, that was actually way before. I used to be a professional obstacle course racer for a year or two before I decided, like last year was the year I actually decided to change my career path to focus on MMA because I was a pro obstacle racer. I was going for all the championships they sent me, and I was torn between obstacle racing and MMA because I really loved both. It was both of my passion. Like even now I still do miss it, obstacle racing. And it was up to a point where everyone was telling me like, you have to choose. If you want to be the best, you have to choose a sport. You cannot be doing 2 sports at the same time.
That's true.
So and then since I fought in the cage, I was just like, I never want to stop having this feeling in this cage. I don't want to ever stop being in this cage. So I figured if that's the way it's gonna go, then I will pick MMA then. I've been a vegan for about 2 years and 3 months now.
Alright, so it's new.
It's kind of new in a sense. But it was an easy transition. It was actually while I was still training MMA, and I switched over to being a vegan. I was still at the same thing between the crossroads of obstacle racing and MMA. I switched diets because I started realizing that I've realized it for a while, but it took a while for my decision to be made. I went to Thailand to train my Muay Thai for a month with Nam Sak Noi. And when I came back, I've met a lot of people from a lot of countries. You'd be surprised the kind of people who do Muay Thai actually learned people in university, people. So I had a lot of intelligent conversation there. We're talking about the environment, we're talking about politics, we're talking about everything during our break between Muay Thai classes.
Yeah, so
because we live together.
Oh, I see. So during Muay Thai classes, you could have graduated with a degree. All right.
And I came back and I just realized like, okay, it's time. I I know what I'm doing and it's not right. I love the environment, so why are my actions pointed towards that? And I love animals. I say I love animals, but even I myself, I can't even kill a chicken. I can't kill a chicken just for me to eat. If I can't do that, why am I paying someone else to do that for me? And I just came back and I told my parents, I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm going vegan. I have to do this. And they were like, okay.
They were just.
They were a bit. I think they were like thinking, oh, it's gonna last for a few months only. But I just stuck to it all the way, because for me, if I make a decision, I'm gonna stick to it till the very end. I would say do your research first, because in each and every sport, your requirements are different.
Yep.
If you're endurance athlete, what nutrients you require is very much different from a power lifter. And you can be a vegan in any sport. I've seen athletes in powerlifting and all that. Endurance, but if you're an endurance athlete, you need to make sure that the food that you're eating is, of course, for yourself, highly carbs. But you also need to know what plants are good for you. Like beetroot actually is an antioxidant, and it encourages cardiovascular your heart to actually pump more blood. It opens your veins, so you actually pump more blood through your body. So it's like it makes your endurance better actually. So it's like all these things that you don't really know. So do your research. I would say go to a nutritionist. I have a nutritionist, nutrition track. She helps me so much to make sure I hit my macros. So you need to know what food will hit your macros that is necessary as well. And of course, you need to know what is the best for you. Like a bodybuilder's diet will be very different from a vegan swimmer's diet.